Hi guys, this is Frenchie, and today I want to show you what I have at my parents. So today also I have someone that is holding the camera, and this is my dad. My dad my dad is the DP for the day. He already told me like, oh, it's too dark. Just put the light on and all that. So yeah, I have a real artist here. Today, I want to present to you what I use when I'm on holidays. So most of the time, when I'm on holidays, I go to France and I go to my parents. And so at my parents, I have also some equipment for me to handle some work, when I have work. I'm going to present that to you guys, and I hope it could give you ideas and also like give you ideas on another range of price. Just to be clear with you guys, here in this setup, I don't have my setup is not so expensive as the setup I could have at my studio. Here it's a bit lower range, but it's equipment that works for me, and I think it's good if, for example, you want to invest in grading equipment but you don't want to ruin yourself. Okay, so let's just start. You saw in the previous video that I have the micro color panel. So the micro color panel, I brought it with me from my studio. I also brought my Mac Studio with me in my luggage. This is actually what I brought with me, but what I have here is this screen. So this screen is my grading monitor here, and this grading monitor is PD27000U from BenQ. And this monitor will be my grading monitor when I am here. So if, for example, I have, a work that I need to do, so a grading job where I actually need to elaborate some looks and as also grade my whole timeline, then this monitor is very handy. And so then that is why I wanted to have a grading monitor at the place where I spend the most time in during my holidays, so at least I can still handle jobs because I am freelancing. For the beginners, I think it's also a good reference because this BenQ PD2700U was around $500 when I paid it. I think it's great because it's a decent grading monitor and I use it for my work. For example, like if you saw my reel, I did swatch on it. Pretty good, pretty stable and smooth. The only thing with this one is that there's no real HDR on it. So this is the downside of it, but for the price, I think it's correct. Otherwise, another piece that we have is just the UI. So the UI screen is a random Asus screen. I don't have the reference. It's my dad that actually borrowed it to me. In my studio, my UI screen is also a grading monitor, and so I have a true kind of right colors in it. In this screen, not so much, but that's okay because it stays a UI screen, so it won't be my target. So what I do, because I have this, what I do is that I invested in calibrator, color calibrator. So this color calibrator is called Calibrate Display Pro, and so this calibrator is very prosumer centric. This is very easy to use, and so when I'm coming back to my parents, because I'm only coming back maybe twice a year, I will do a round of calibration of this screen and this screen just to have something that is around the same target. Even though I have a difference of quality between these two, at least I have the colors that are a bit more unified. Otherwise, what do I have? The rest is actually what you saw in the first part, but what I'm gonna do is present to you what I use when, for example, I am traveling. So, for example, sometimes I can leave my parents' place because I have some friends to see or anything like that. So, what I do is that I invested, it's a MacBook Air M1. This one, I just like took it secondhand and it's perfect, you know. And this MacBook helps me to, for example, work on adjustments for grading. So, for example, like sometimes I can have grading jobs that I grade, and it is possible that sometimes clients take some time to give back their feedbacks and give their comments. And so sometimes I could like then plan something else where I am traveling somewhere else, and so having just this MacBook is pretty handy because then I can adjust on the go. Because as for me, the whole look has been done and I just need to readjust some things. I don't need a grading monitor. And so having a M1 MacBook Air is useful because then I can at least, you know, play back smoothly some footages and have a pretty efficient render cache, so then I can also make my adjustments and render quite easily my previews. So yes, that is good. I won't use it for final export because I find that is a bit slow, but for just adjustments, it's pretty great. And yeah, I think that's all, guys. This is my humble setup at my parents', but I think it's fun that you see what I invested in. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked the video and I see you next time. See you guys. That was a pleasure to bring you around with me. See you.